Yeah. Okay. Good to go. We are live, I think, and let me check on Facebook. Can we check there a bit just for testing?
No, it's cool. It's great, man.
We're live, right?
Yeah, we're live now. Yeah, live. We're 30 seconds into the
Okay.
live stream now.
Okay. This is yeah. We are going live. Oh, okay. This is good.
We're live.
Yeah. And live, and we are also alive.
Yeah.
Both are together,
Well,
live and
yeah.
alive. Yeah.
I suppose being alive now is very important in the coronavirus. We're very fortunate that we're alive. But yeah, we're alive and we're live.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, so let's start. I think we should start.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you could do the introduction, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Welcome, everyone. This is Stuttering professional series by Stammer Talk. Stammer Talk is a project of Pakistan Stammering Foundation, and its main purpose is to bring stammers close and to uh, connect with stammers worldwide, uh, and to know their struggles, like their fear, their struggles, their accomplishments, that what they have done so far and what they're doing and how they are dealing with their stammering and their social lives. And this is the first episode of Stuttering Professionals. Today with us is a very special person. He is also a stammerer, just like us. And in this first episode of Stuttering uh, Professionals, we have with us Ramesh Suman. He is a teacher. He is a life coach. So let's start, and uh, we are going to ask uh, uh, Ramesh to introduce himself. Yes, Ramesh, welcome to the show. Ramesh, it's nice to have you with us. Yes,
Really
please.
appreciate it. It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me to your group, and I really appreciate you welcoming me here to this group. And
Welcome.
I really hope that my discussion with you today will be very insightful and helpful and add value to many people's lives. It'll be great. We'll have a great time on this.
It is. It is. We will like we had the discussion last time, and that was amazing. So we decided to come here and discuss things so that people will also get insight, and it might helpful for uh, people in their journey of stammering. So Ramesh, tell us about your how long you are a stammerer, where you were born, and your childhood.
Yeah. So with me, I am 37 years old now. I grew up in Hertfordshire, and which is in North London, and I've been a stutterer since the age of 4 years old. I've got an overt stammer. I've stammered through life. Basically, I've been stuttering since I was 4 years old. So I've experienced life as a student, and then being a teacher, and now being a life coach, which I am. And I've experienced life, and everything that I will be discussing in this group will be my own experience, and it will be
Yeah.
using the concepts that I've learned in my life as a NLP practitioner, and as a mindfulness practitioner, and as a life coach. Yeah. So what I'm doing here will hopefully add value to the people who are listening to this, and I'll be open for any question and answers at the end of the show.
Yeah, sure, sure. So tell us about uh, your studies, how you get past through that till you started your professional career, and how you dealt with your stammering.
Well, the earliest I remember of my speech was at the age of 4 years old, and my parents take me to a speech therapist in Hertfordshire, and I really used to struggle, and I was thinking, what's going on here? And it was just a weird experience, and it's an experience that's lived with me, but over time I've obviously overcome it, and my experience has been like this. Yeah, so when I went to school, my speech was really horrible. I could hardly speak using. I would basically stutter on every single sentence that I would be saying, and it would be really a struggle because every single sentence would be a great struggle for me. And yeah, and it led to problems at school because I would be struggling on the register when the teacher called my name. I would have to say yes, but because my surname starts with S for Suman, my name would be at the end. Yeah, so I'll be building anxiety as the teacher would be calling the name. As when I would be sort of saying yes, I'll be having a lot of anxiety with my speech. It'll be like, oh dear, I'll be like freezing, and yeah, it plagued me through my time at school because when I was going through school, I had struggles with doing presentations and making friends and being bullied by other kids. But I suppose with my parents and the education that I got at an early age, my speech has got my speech and my way of controlling my speech became better. I became a lot more stronger. I did okay at school. I then went on to
Hmm.
university. I studied business and economics. University was a struggle because the presentations and the socializing, meeting lots of new people. It was like, wow, it was like a different environment when I was at university because I was away from home for the first time, living in Norwich, which is about 150 miles from where I live, a different place, socializing, meeting people, going down the pub, nightclubs, meeting people and meeting a lot of people. It was a great time, but I think my speech then wasn't as good as it is now. And way back then, I would be really struggling to make myself assertive. And no, but university went really good. I got a good qualification. I studied hard and learned how to socialize and learned how to enjoy myself and use my speech. Then after university, I entered my first job was in accounts, and I was an accounts administrator. Worked a year in that, and then because I was young, I could reflect on what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And then what I sort of decided myself to do in life was to become a teacher. I always had the inspiration to become a teacher,
Hmm.
lecturer, teacher from a very young age because I enjoy helping people. Helping people is what I really like doing. And teaching is obviously a job where you can help people and make them learn. And a lot of my students, since I started in 2004 as a tutor, have now got great jobs, got families, and that's why I went into teaching. But in terms of my speech, because this is a speech-related podcast and Facebook Live, in terms of my speech, it was being a teacher can be quite a daunting situation, because when you work as a teacher, you're the main presenter in the classroom. You have to convey your message
That's
so
true.
others learn. And
That's
I
true.
learned how to be specific with my language. And I've had struggles as a stammerer in a classroom because I've struggled to say the names on the register. As a teacher, that can be really embarrassing, but saying the names can be really a challenge, because when there's 20 names to say in the register and you're live like this, it's really scary. And and
It
students,
is. It
but
is. It is. I know that.
one thing I can tell you as a teacher is this, that I think because I've had life challenges, I'm in a better place to be empathetic and to be more congruent and more understanding of my students, because I understand my own struggles in life, and my own struggles in life can help other children and make their lives better. And I think the students that I've taught have all appreciated that, yeah, this teacher might have a stammer, but he is inspirational standing in front of us. He cares for us. He's empathetic. He wants to be congruent. He's attentive. He is open to us. And I think that relationship, that bond between me and the students has been really good.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the same thing I felt like when I was teaching in the university. The same thing, I went through. So like, but the bond was strong. So the students who were very relaxed, and it was a good friendly environment. And we do have a question for you. Zishan is asking that from which institute and
Uh,
Zishan Rizvi is asking that from which institute and country you have done your management degree.
I studied at the University of East Anglia, which is in Norwich, and I studied there.
Yeah,
And it's a good institution. It's but every institution is great in education. It depends on what you're learning. Uh, every institution in higher
that's
education
true.
has great teachers. We're lucky in the UK. We got a lot of great teachers, a lot of great money being spent in our research. And UK, being from Indian descent, I know what you guys think of the UK is very valued. US is great, and Australia is really good as well for our guys.
Yes, yes. It does. It does. It does. So, uh, uh, before becoming a life coach, before becoming a mindfulness and NLP practitioner, how you cope uh, with your stammering?
My speech was really bad. My speech would be, I would stutter on every single sentence that I would be speaking on. And it wasn't a great journey, but every struggle that we have gives us opportunities, because my struggles in stuttering and accepting myself led to me wanting to take uh, things on in terms of becoming stronger as a person, being able to control my emotions, which meant that I started thinking about mindfulness. And then I went on to mindfulness courses. I developed into becoming a advanced practitioner. And then after doing all of that, reading books as well, like by Eckhart Tolle, by Dalai Lama, by great writers like Gabor Mate, like people like Alan Watts and Thich Nhat Hanh really helped me, because these guys were really insightful, and they helped me a lot with my speech and my mind and how to control my emotions. And so mindfulness was a way. And then after mindfulness, I developed skills in becoming a NLP practitioner by learning further on how the mind works and how we can use that in order to combat the struggles and the emotions that we have going on. And every tool that I have used these tools in my real life. It's not just reading books and just getting high on reading the books. It's about being able to apply it to your own life, because if you apply the books and you apply the techniques to your life, that's when you become a lot more real. And then after that, you can apply that theory that you have learned, all of the techniques that you have learned, onto helping other people's lives. And this is why I'm confident speaking to the groups now, because I've been through a journey of mine. It's been an amazing journey, but I think one thing that I would like to add to this group is that even though we have a stammer can be an opportunity, because with opportunity, then we can basically sort of develop ourselves and grow as people. Because as people, like my journey, I've learned how to become a mindfulness and how to do NLP and how to become a life coach, because that is very important, and it's added value to my life. And hopefully, if it's added value to my life, it can help the lives of people who are listening to this now.
That's true. That's true. So tell the viewers that what is mindfulness and how it helps in managing stammering.
Mindfulness is a tool which I define as something where you learn how the mind operates, and you become fully aware to how your mind operates and how you're thinking. Because what happens is, to us and as people, and even myself, before mindfulness, I wasn't aware of how I was thinking. But then through mindfulness, I developed a greater appreciation for the way that I'm thinking. And then I was able to make my thinking process a lot more stronger by initially focusing on the negative thoughts that I was having about myself, and then stopping, reflecting, and then responding to what was going on in my mind. And mindfulness is important. But in terms of stuttering applied, I think mindfulness is important because it helps us gather our mind and to bring it all together. Because in terms of stuttering, it's a pattern which leads to a mind trouble or mind deficiency or mind suffering. Because what happens is that when we have a stutter, our mind speaks to us at all the times, because our minds mostly think that we're a lot more lower than we are, because the mind is always speaking. They're the chimpanzee in our mind, which is always talking. It's always talking. It's ingrained. And I think with our mind is addicted to suffering because it's used to it from an early age. And then when you get the understanding that the mind is addicted to the suffering, then you get a lot more control of your mind. Because if you put the light of awareness to the fear of speaking, to the what's going on in your mind, then with that light, you can burn what's going on inside you. You can burn everything that's going deep inside you. It's a process of controlling your mind and your emotions, because those are very important things. One technique that I would like to sort of share with you. You can apply it to stuttering, because this is a stuttering specific podcast that we're live on Facebook. Is
Yeah.
that with in terms of stuttering, I work with people across the world who have a stutter, and one of the techniques that I'm doing with them is that I basically tell them to basically monitor the way you're thinking, like what's going on in your mind. Like, for example, a lot of stutterers think we can't do this, we're scared to do a public speech, we are scared to
Exactly.
speak to our work colleagues. And that's a fear that stays in their mind. So I tell them to acknowledge the way they're thinking. Or in mindfulness, we call it mental noting. So we mentally note or acknowledge what's going on within our minds. And then after a while, when they sort of come to me in sort of a session, then what I do is I basically tell them, after they've spoken to me about their issues, I basically tell them how to address their negative thoughts and emotions and feelings and turn them into more positive, more constructive thought patterns. And even though I'm a practitioner in Vipassana mindfulness, which is insight mindfulness, I have applied it to real life there, because you have to note your thinking, mentally note your thinking, to basically raise awareness of what you're thinking, and to then cognitively sort out the way you're speaking and sort out your mind.
Yeah. Like I totally uh, uh, agree with you, because stammering starts from here, the thing in the mind. So if you have fear here and you are stressed or tense, then the process of speaking won't be smooth, and you will feel more stutter. You have stuttered, don't know why. It might be due to neurons or some thinking process issue, but this is the thing. This will enhance it. So we have one more question from Zishan Rizvi. He's saying that what are the biggest challenges stuttering has presented to you?
Wow, interesting question, and thank you for asking. Yeah, so in terms of me, in terms of my professional life, working as a teacher, working as a life coach, yeah, there've been great challenges that I've had, because I have to speak all the time. It's the job where you have to speak all the time, and yeah, it's been very difficult. As I've mentioned earlier on in our podcast, I've struggled to speak in different situations, like taking the register, speaking in front of the class. But now, because I've worked on my speech, I've been able to work on being more controlled, and it's become a lot more easier over the ages or the years that I've gone through. Yeah, so with me in the professional capacity, it's been very difficult, but I've overcome it through working on myself. There should always be a solution to when we're speaking, because the solution is going to be more adding value to the listeners. It's we should talk about our problems, but then provide solutions. I think that's the way I'm working with you here, to provide the solutions.
It does. So tell us
Hi, Amit.
about NLP
Yeah, can you hear me,
and
Amit?
how that works. Yeah. I can
Hi, can you hear me?
hear you. So, yeah. Yes, I can hear you. I was asking that tell us about NLP and how this is different from mindfulness, and how uh, it supports stammering. Yeah.
Yeah, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Uh, like I have three uh, questions. Number one, that what is NLP?
NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. It's a process where you can use things like disassociation, and you can use language to make yourself a lot more stronger. And it's there to understand you neurologically. Yeah, so you can change your mind by the way you communicate, or the way that you look at the issue. It's Yes, so for example, if you one of the techniques that I've used in NLP is the disassociation technique. Yeah, so in terms of disassociation, what I mean is that instead of looking at a problem in the first person, like Ramesh Samman sitting here at 7:15 UK time, I basically look at myself from a different angle. Yeah, so I look at myself as like this is just one technique, but instead of looking at myself from just Ramesh here, I look at myself from a third person or a second person. I look at myself from a different perspective.
Okay.
Look at myself from a different sort of angle and different sort of distance, because sometimes our problems are made worse because we just think about, oh yeah, it's my problem. It's my problem. But
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
once you start to notice the principles that you can actually look at your problem in different angles, they can actually help you a lot. And the further the distance that you take from your own problems, the more it will help you. So just step back from your problems. And another technique that I recommend is that has helped me enormously, which is both NLP and both mindfulness, is thinking about yourself in the present moment. Yeah, so don't think about the future just yet, maybe. Because the future is what us humans think of a problem in terms of salvation. We think about the problem too far ahead, and we shouldn't be thinking about the future. You shouldn't be thinking a lot, yeah, because if you start thinking about the future, we start getting nervous. Or don't look at the back, look at the past, because in the past we have a lot of baggage and certain experiences, and we built perception. Just reflect yourself on the present moment, where we are now. Like, you're in Pakistan, I'm in the UK. We can just think about where we are now, because that's what actually matters. We just draw ourselves into the now instead of thinking about the past or the future. But think about now. Yeah, plan for the future because that's important. But focus on the now, because that will help you dissolve your ego, and it will help you become a better speaker.
So, like both mindfulness and NLP that helps you to think uh, clearly in the big picture. So,
Yeah,
like both are uh, related to the mind processes. So, what's the you can say the difference between
difference
two?
between the two. One, they're all there's a lot of crossovers between mindfulness and NLP. Uh, they both have helped me understand the way of thinking, the way of understanding the human mind. Mindfulness is more ingrained in like meditation, which is sitting down, breathing, love and kindness. Whereas with NLP, I just find them as a group of techniques that can help you and help you gain a better insight of who you are by in terms of using techniques like disassociation, and also in terms of NLP, you can basically focus on uh, your outcomes and objectives more. It's more business than corporateness.
Okay,
Yeah. Whereas with mindfulness, I find it more
okay, okay,
enshrined in like the more spiritual journey, and more getting to know the deeper you. I think the deeper you
okay.
is very important. And yeah, yeah. So whilst I'm answering this, I think there's a lot of good authors who can help you understand both techniques. Uh, I think in NLP there's Grindler, And in terms of mindfulness, you can use, and even Tony Robbins is great in NLP. You've heard of Tony Robbins, haven't you? And he's uses a lot of
Yeah.
NLP. But in terms of mindfulness, I would say people like Eckhart Tolle, Alan Watts, Thich Chang Nang, Dalai Lama. These are great people who can give a lot of insights and help a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like so. Uh, um, how is yoga the part of mindfulness, or is that uh, related to mindfulness? Because like many people do yoga to relax themselves.
Yoga is very beneficial.
And also I have yeah.
Yoga is very beneficial, but if I'm going to answer this using more sort of culturally, uh, I spoke to a monk about this about a year ago, and basically mindfulness is more enshrined in sort of Buddhist sort of tradition by Gautama Buddha, and whereas in terms of yoga, it's more following the Hindu tradition. It's more following the Hindu way of life. Yeah, they're both helpful in terms of the mind and awareness and consciousness and everything else. But I think they're just sort of culturally a little bit different.
Yeah. So how you have learned mindfulness and NLP. So what techniques you have used to manage your stammering?
Yeah, so in terms of stammering, mindfulness, I'm going to mention the technique of mental noting. Mental noting. So, for example, with mental noting, I am, yeah, so it's about understanding your thinking process and trying to alter it and make it better. So, for example, as stutterers, we live lives. And as stutterers, lot of our attention is basically taken away into bad sort of chatter. My mind was chattering non-stop, man. About about 3 or 4 years ago, my mind would constantly chatter. Speak to me, Ramesh, you're crap. You can't speak. You can't do that. You can't get married. You can't get a girlfriend. You can't do this. You can't get that job. You can't do this. You can't do that. But in terms of mindfulness, I basically acknowledge and I handled that chimpanzee who was in my head
It
speaking to
is.
me. And in terms of mindfulness, I grasped that, hey, I've got this thing speaking to me. So what I did was, over time, I started to catch myself when I would have that chatterbox going on, and I would try and negate it and try to control it, and then try to sort of change the way that my mind was thinking. And in terms of NLP, I've spoken about this. It's about disassociation, looking at yourself in different angles. Looking at yourself from a third person might help you. Looking at, like now, I'm Ramesh Samman. I carry my problems. I carry my own suffering. But if I look at myself from a third angle and try to step away from my issue, went backwards, then I will have a better control of controlling my speech and my emotions because I am looking at it in different perspective. And one thing I'd like to add here is that suffering is a universal principle. Suffering is not only experienced by people who have a stutter. It's because everybody has something that they're struggling with. Our struggle has been our speech. There's people who are blind, deaf, dyslexic, dyspraxic, ADHD, emotional issues, not eating, not sleeping, not got money, dying of coronavirus. There's people who have got different issues, and I think we have to handle our own issues.
uh, Ramesh, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Are you with us, Ramesh?
Yeah. I'm with
I
you.
can't hear you.
Yeah. I'm with you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. Now I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I was saying is that suffering
So,
is
you were talking about suffering.
suffering is a universal principle. It's not only a issue caused by stutterers. It's an issue that affects everybody. It affects people who are blind, deaf, have dyspraxia, dyslexia, have a lot of emotional problems, have eating problems, have problems getting a job, have finance issues, have family problems. But we have to deal with our problems at a personal level, I think, because we can we can control our speech.
Yes, we are back again. Can you hear me
Hey,
now?
hey, Amin. Yeah, that's good. We're
Yes,
back now.
yes,
I got a little bit nervous.
yes.
I was getting homesick. Yeah, are we still live on Facebook?
Yes, we are. You can check on the Facebook. I think we are still live.
Well, that's fantastic. Thanks for staying around.
I will.
Thanks for staying around, guys. Guys, I'm waiting for Amin to come back.
Yes, we are back now. Hello,
Hey,
Ramesh.
Amin, you're back, yeah?
Yes, we are
Yeah,
back.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You can hear me, yeah?
Hear you.
Yeah, we're back.
Yes, I can hear. Yes. So, uh, you were telling about suffering. There, we broke.
Yes, so suffering is a universal principle because everybody has something that they're suffering with. We suffer with a stutter, but there's people in the universe who have a issue with suffering in terms of having dyspraxia, ADHD, autism, being blind, being deaf, having other issues. And even though that suffering is universal, we have to understand that it is relative with us, but it's people are better off than us or people are worse off than us, but we are relative. We are always relative to people being better off and people being worse off than us. So we have to just accept our universal uniqueness.
That's true. That's true. Like throughout my journey, like because being a stammerer, I felt deeply. Your your biggest weakness is your greatest strength. When you manage how to cope your weakness, then your journey towards greatness starts. This is the thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is what I said to you, that stuttering was my biggest opportunity, because without
Okay.
stuttering and without having difficulties with my mind, I wouldn't have taken up mindfulness, or wouldn't have taken up NLP, I wouldn't have been a life coach or become a teacher even. Yeah, so I've turned the challenges around and lived a life trying to fulfill myself and to help others, which I hopefully am by doing this.
That's true. That's true. Because that I believe that we are the chosen ones. Because if we don't stammer, that we don't have have been sitting here right now.
Yeah. We're really fortunate, and I get to speak to some great people that they've dropped us some messages as well, and I'm really grateful for
Yeah,
spending my time on
yeah,
this group.
yeah. It does. It does. It does. So, like last time we were talking, and you were telling about your stammering, management model. So, if you could share that with the viewers, that uh, will be great.
Yeah, over time and by using different things, I've been thinking about a technique which will help a lot of people who have a stammer and help people in whatever way of life they are. And I've developed a model which will is a foundation after accepting your situation. And this model is focused on what you need to do after you've accepted your situation. And this focuses on four major components. But firstly, you got to take ownership of the issue. I call it the OCRM model.
Hmm.
OCRM model, and it starts with O, which is for ownership. So you got to own your problem, and you got to own that you got to work on your speech. You got to own that it's your issue, not the world's issue. So you got to work on your speech. And then the second pillar is commitment. Yes, so you have to be committed to work on your speech, because if you're committed, you're more likely to achieve a result in your speech. And then after that, you got the R, which is a third pillar, and that's responsibility. Yeah, so you got to take responsibility of speech. You got to take responsibility of working on your speech and working on your life, because those are important responsibilities which you need to achieve anything in life. Then the final thing is, which is self-explanatory after going through this, is motivation. So you need motivation to achieve the desired results that you need with your speech. So there are four pillars to recovering from having a stammer or working on your speech, and they are ownership, commitment, responsibility, and motivation. Ownership,
Okay, so
commitment,
the first one is
responsibility, motivation.
ownership, commitment, responsibility, and motivation. That's true.
Yeah.
Because in, in my own journey of stammering that I have seen, like since the moment the years have passed, since the moment when I started owning my stammering, when I accepted my stammering, because I strongly feel that like my super being a stammerer, my superpowers are, if I can show you, my superpowers are, I can show you here,
Wow.
acceptance and
Wow, that's amazing.
disclosure. So these are a
This.
superpower of a stammerer. So till the moment I started owning it, I started um, accepting it, my real journey started. Then
But
when I, yeah.
I'm gonna go on from what's on your T-shirt. I feel this is an issue within us. People who have a stammer, we have a perception. We are perceiving what people may think about us having a stutter based on our own experiences and based on our six senses, which are the way that we see, hear, feel, touch, smell, or also our mind. Yeah, so these things build up our experiences on our speech. And then what happens is that because we got experience and we perceive our stutter being an issue, that may be a problem for us. But the reality may be really different. Yeah, so people may not think that stuttering is a big issue because they might be more likely to accept your issue than what you are, because you're the one who's lived through having bad experiences, going through a lot of bad times in your speech. And this has led to a lot of negative framing in your mind about your speech. And because you got negative framing to do with your speech, then that's put a lot of pressure on you, and we can't get out of the stuttering issue because we have framed it as being a negative. But the only way that we can overcome stuttering is what's on your T-shirt, Ahmed, because we have to
Yeah,
accept that we are stutterers. We disclose, and from
exactly.
there, instead of having negative framing, we build a positive frame, which is basically more sort of confident, more less fear of speaking, and uh, you're more building more positive experiences, because stuttering is a problem caused by our identity. Because the way that we think and the way that I thought when I was younger was that stuttering is an issue for me. Stuttering, I am a stutterer. But when you start changing your identity to empower yourself more, and you start talking about, I am working on my speech, then you become a better speaker. So I think we live in an
That's
identity
true.
where stuttering is a bad thing, but then you need to be empowered and you need to work on your speech and your life, and then we go on. Yeah, does that make a lot of sense, Ahmed?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Like, uh, it starts when you start owning, or you start accepting. That is the moment that you start living, and then you go for the then you are committed that I have to do something. I have to do something about my stammering, and then come the responsibility. You go and you start working on your speech. You start disclosure this time, and then you get motivated, and this journey continues. So if you don't accept yourself as a stammerer, the journey never begins.
Yeah, because
You're right.
the initial steps are that you have to accept that you have a stammer. You got to disclose. You got to tell people that you have a stammer. Then you got to keep on working on your speech by taking
That's true.
ownership, commitment, responsibility, motivation. The most important thing is for somebody at the early stages to go out there, speak to as many people as you can using your technique. Because if you use technique, then you're going to become a lot more confident in speaking. The fear of speaking is going to go down, and with the fear of speaking going down, then what's going to happen is that you're going to have less disfluency.
Exactly. When your mind is relaxed and you're not feeling pressure from inside and outside, you did the disclosure, then like around, then your mind is free.
Yeah,
Then you've all the time to work towards come out, then your mind won't be a battlefield that you are fighting here too and you are fighting here too. So and that you have, different kind of weapons you have
Yeah, it's about
to play with. There is breathing, there is a prolongation, and so on. Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. It's about using technique to overcome your freezing, your struggling, and your distortion. And there are a lot of useful techniques which Ramesh Shiva, who's from the Stuttering Minds, he talks about these like prolongations and block releases and everything else.
Yeah.
And
I,
yeah,
I have seen him. Yeah,
and
he's there.
yeah, he talks quite a lot about that. And it's about the way that you breathe and the way. But breathing, I haven't done any breathing for about a year now, and I still think my speech is good because I work on my speech every day. I do telephone calls. I come on the podcast with you, and I do things to work on my speech. Yeah, can you hear me, Ahmed? Can you hear me? Hi guys, I'm waiting for Ahmed to come on. Hey Ahmed, can you hear me? Hello Ahmed. Hi guys, if anybody's hearing this, I'm more than happy to answer your questions. If you ask me any questions, Ahmed will be back in a couple of minutes, I think. Have you got any questions? Yes, so I'll ask the first question. Let me see.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
so
Yeah. Can you
yeah, I can hear
hear
you.
me
Yeah,
now? Okay.
yeah, I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
That's great. Good.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
yeah,
I can hear
yeah, I
you.
think there's a lot of useful programs out there, but if anybody wants to reach out to me, become a Facebook friend of mine, and I'll be happy to share stuff. And
Yeah. Sure.
Pakistan's a country which is
Yeah.
Pakistan is a country that's very close to my heart because my grandmother was born in Pakistan, and
Ah. Wow.
yeah,
That's
this is
nice.
this is pre 1945, but hey. It's the same place, the same country, and my family are from Punjab, from India, Punjab, but it's all the same. And yeah, so
So,
it's nice to. And Ahmed, you're doing a lot of great things in Pakistan, and I'm really proud of your Stuttering Foundation. And it's I heard of you guys a long time
thank
ago,
you.
but I never thought I'd be
Yeah.
having a podcast with you guys. Hi,
Hello,
Ahmed. Hi,
Ramesh.
Ahmed. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, my own my grand parents, they are also from India.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. We.
yeah, uh, uh, from Amritsar, Shergad. Yeah.
Oh, Amberside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Punjabis in Pakistan and India. We had to cross sides. We had to cross sides in 1940s, 47,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. It was yeah. No, it's Are there any questions that you got for me, Ahmed?
Yeah. 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 there are two questions. They're both from Zishan Rizvi, and he's saying that why do people stutter at other times?
What is that? Sorry, the lines were going crackly.
He Yeah, he said that why do people stutter sometimes and not at other times?
Why is the question? Why people stutter? Yeah, yeah. So in terms of that,
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes,
that was a
sometimes, and why not sometimes?
yeah. Because the issue with that is that I think that when you are stuttering, you're stuttering mostly when a situation is new to you. Because I've been traveling the world and I worked overseas. I've not been in the UK all the time. And when I was in a new country, I would struggle
Mhm.
for a bit because it's a new environment and it's a new place for me. And I don't think my mind's been used to it. But I think the more times you spend doing something, your speech becomes better because that's what exposure therapy is. Exposure therapy is when you expose yourself to a situation. And if you expose yourself into a situation time and time again, over time, the more times you do it, the more better your speech will become over time because basically the fear levels of you speaking will go down. If you speak in a situation that's new to you, then you're more likely to have a stammer because you still got the higher fear levels. It's a new environment, and you're more likely to stammer. So the solution for that is keep on speaking, keep on entering new areas of speech, keep on breaking new comfort zones, because that will help you
That's true.
become a better speaker eventually. And over time, yeah, is that
Exactly.
better?
Yeah, yeah. To stretch your comfort zone, this is the main thing. You're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. And one more question is from Zishan. He's saying that is there a clinical
Yeah,
test
because
that can be used?
if you
Yes,
uh,
please go on.
what's the question? I'm sorry, the camera froze.
Yeah, the his question is there a clinical test that can be used to tell if a person stutter is real or fake? Well, I didn't know of such a test.
Uh,
Do you
no,
know?
but no, I don't know any sort of test. But I think if you have a
Yeah,
stutter, it'll be very much evident because nobody's stutter is a fake stutter. Everybody who stutters is a real stutter. Unless you watch the comedy, and I think no,
yeah, comedy.
everybody everybody's stutter is a pretty sort of serious stutter, and yeah,
Yeah,
but going back to the question that we discussed earlier, your real growth exists when you step out the comfort zone. Even if you have a speech problem, just try to step out the comfort zone.
that's
Keep on stepping out. Keep on exposing yourself to the situation. Eventually, your speech will get better. It might not be great the first time, but keep on going.
that's true because the last year I have truly worked on my speech and I have stepped out of my comfort zone and I stretched to my you know uh, comfort zone. So that really helped me a lot in improving myself. Even though I have stammer, but I'm now fearless. I don't have fear to talk. It's fine. It's okay to stammer while talking. If you have spoken like 5, 6 sentences, have you stammered 3, 4 times, that's totally okay. Non-stammers also stammer. So it's okay to stammer. If you have accepted yourself, that is totally fine. With your stammer, you can do anything in the world. Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, yeah. The first thing is you need to accept accept that you have a stammer, and we may speak a little bit different because you become a lot more worrying about stuttering, then that's where you hold back. And that's because you're hesitating, that makes your speech a lot worse.
That's true. That's true. Fear kills us.
Yeah, yeah,
This is the truth. This is the
yeah,
truth. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
stuttering is a problem caused by the fear of speaking. And like anything else,
Exactly. Exactly.
exposure therapy works because exposure therapy means that we speak more in different situations. It's like if somebody's scared of a spider, what do? Exposure therapy, they get closer to the fear. And if somebody's scared of a mountain, they basically start going up the mountain or start addressing that issue. You can only become better by exposing yourself to whatever you're struggling with. And in time, things will
That's
get
true.
better because you're exposing yourself. The fear comes down, and in the stuttering terms, that your disfluency decreases.
That's true. That's true because all this starts from fear. So if you're fearless, then this is real time for you to start working on the speech. So even in uh, you can say in a stressful situation, you have the time to think and to apply the techniques, and you can speak effortlessly. This is the main thing. Like once a stammerer is always a stammerer. So you can improve yourself. You can you can reach near fluency, or like the main our main goal should be to speak effortlessly. This is the main thing. So if you can do that, then you can do anything in life.
Yeah, by sort of concentrating on what you were saying there, I think one of the most important things that anybody needs to do is to build the attitude of working on your speech every day. Work on your speech. Do a lot of challenges by speaking to your friends on the telephone, speak to your relatives, ring up for a takeaway, or do
That's
whatever
true.
you can, because that's what will help you. Always have the attitude of taking ownership and being committed to work on your speech and taking responsibility for it every day by working on your speech. And also speak to people in your Pakistani Stuttering Foundation. You guys can help people, can't you, Amit?
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
reach out to
We
people.
can,
Mm,
and we um, have a public speaking club, and like 2 days back we have done the first uh, ever stamathon, where the stammerers gather and they make speeches. So that was awesome, and that was amazing. So there
yeah.
one thing we did, we stammer a lot.
No, no,
And
no, no.
we had fun.
It's amazing. One of the most important things in any religion or any institution for personal development is having community. You guys are very lucky in Pakistan. You got a great stuttering foundation there. You got people who really care, and you're doing great things for your community in
Thank
Pakistan.
you.
It's important. It's very vital for Pakistan that you're doing this, and yeah, it's great. Anybody who's within Pakistani Stuttering Foundation can reach me, and I'll be happy to help them, provide them valuable
No,
tips and
no.
strategies that can help them. And I'm part of the same family as you
Yeah,
guys
sure.
anyway.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure. That would be great. And you are uh, part of PSF, and we are not only for people from Pakistan. Through internet, we are worldwide. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
we are for every stammerer through out the globe.
yeah. And if we're all affected by the coronavirus and stuttering. That makes us very universal. That makes
Yeah,
us very
it
global.
does.
We're all part of the same world,
It
man.
does.
I think the as stutterers, I think we just need to help each other. It doesn't matter where you live, where you're from, and we should be able to sort of share our experiences like we are here, and try to push out the
Yeah,
comfort zone, achieve growth internationally. And having community is very, very important. Having international community is very important for stutterers, important for anything you do. But within stuttering, I was really happy when you guys had done a stamathon. Amazing, amazing. It was great. And Barry Ricks helped
yeah,
you, and my friends as CJ and Ruben Pillai helped you last
yeah.
Sunday. And
It
we
is.
were here to help
Yeah,
you guys.
yes,
Yeah, we were here to
they
help you
were
guys, and we want to
with us.
help you.
Thank you,
And and in terms of questions,
thank you, thank you.
we can do like a free mindfulness session one day, or do some NLP work, or do some life coaching work. And
Sure, sure,
if anybody has any help that needs with the CVs or interview techniques, I can help with that as well.
sure. That will be great. We can arrange such a session. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And you also know uh, Punjabi क्यों गल ठीक है ना हुन
Yeah. 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 And with you guys, with Pakistani Stuttering Foundation, when did you guys first start up, Ahmed?
year we started last year around March. We started as a self-help group, and through the year we evolved and we became Pakistan Stammering uh, uh, Foundation. And now Stamatalk is a project of a Pakistan Stammering Foundation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's I'm really proud that you guys are doing a lot of great things in your country. It's a really great thing, and you got us international brothers who can look after you, and and share experience, because that's very vital in this journey.
Yeah. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you so much for uh, giving us time to, to today, and you have given very valuable information and tips that has uh, uh, that will help a lot of stammers throughout the world.
Yeah, and I want to help people, and if anybody's watching this video, I'm always open for questions. You can become my Facebook friend at Ramesh Samman, and messenger me,
Sure,
WhatsApp
sure,
me. I'll be more than
sure.
happy to help people, and
Thank you,
I hope I've added value to people's lives. And I thank Ahmed and the
thank you,
Pakistani Stuttering Foundation and the great work you're doing in Pakistan.
thank you,
Appreciate it,
thank you,
Ahmed. Thank you.
thank you,
Appreciate it.
Ramesh.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Ramesh. Thank you so much. And before you go, say something in Punjabi, so that
Mera.
people would
And
love to
it's been
hear.
मैं पंजाबी बोलदा हूं ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੇ ਹੈ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿਦਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਲੇ ਕਿਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਮਾਰੂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲੇ ਅਸੀਂ each other ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ I will get in touch with the with the Punjabi Stuttering Foundation.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. ਰਮੇਸ਼ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਆਏ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ
ठीक है भाई,
ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ
बहुत बहुत अच्छा काम तुझसे करते हैं, बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं, थैंक यू भाई।
ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਰਮੇਸ਼
Thank you,
ਥੈਂਕ
and
ਯੂ
nale
so much
nale ke do
it's been a lovely time with you
nale
yeah
ke do मैं
huh?
मौका हुआ इंडिया नो, मैं पाकिस्तान हो आवा सोडू सारे मिलन ने ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲੇ ਹੋਏ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਆਓ
ਅਸੀਂ
ਬਿਲकुल
ਆਵੇ
आओ 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 ਬੱਲੇ 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 आओ
मैंगो लस्सी
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਨਾਲ ਜਨਾਬ
मैंगो लस्सी नाले मठियाई खावे ਅਸੀਂ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਓ ਹਾਂ ਬਿਲकुल ਸਾਗ ਖਾਓ ਸਾਗ ਮਕਈ ਦੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਲੱਸੀ
जी
ਮੌਜਾਂ ਹੀ
जी
ਮੌਜਾਂ
जी बहुत अच्छा है भाई, बहुत अच्छा है,
ਅੰਬ ਵੀ ਚੁਪੋ ਬਿਲकुल
अच्छा अच्छा ये बहुत अच्छा है भाई, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा
बिल्कुल
है, बहुत अच्छा है, yeah it's
yeah.
एक ethic question है ये लगता है थे
Thank you
you know,
yeah
yeah
yeah he's saying
Ahmed
something it varies from person to person yeah
Alina Sadi do I question
yes she's she yes she's saying that it varies from person to person with varied reasons sometimes there is a small some emotional content attached to and most importantly when a person increases actually she is explaining the question done by uh, uh, Zishan. Miss Alina is working as a specialist with the Pakistan Stammering Foundation. Yeah,
yeah it's been
he sorry, she is a clinical
no,
psychologist. Yeah.
her explanation was very good, and I support her explanation. It's really good, really good,
Yes.
really good, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
and yeah.
She is expert in the field.
No,
Yeah.
her explanation was very good, and appreciate it, Alana, and yeah, it's been very good, and appreciate all of you, and yeah, if there's any questions, just get in touch with us, and it's been a pleasure, Ahmed. Thank you, bye. Okay, okay, thank
Yeah.
you, bye.
Sure. Me
Okay,
too.
thank you, bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye, bye.
Thank you. Dinesh. See you. Take care. Bye. Bye. See you. Take.